This is the installation video for the Automatic Collet Closer for the 8L lathe. This video does not replace the owner's guide. That can be downloaded on tormach.com/docs. From there, type in part number 54904 and press the enter key. You'll be provided with the download link. You will need to gather or order some tools and supplies. These include a ratchet with a 3/16" hex bit, a 9/16" box end wrench, a metric hex wrench set, a small flat blade screwdriver, a hammer, a magnetic dial indicator, round stock, and thread seal tape. At this point, shut down the 8L by pressing in the e-stop button. Pressing exit on PathPilot, then when you get the on-screen notification, turn the power button to off. Preparing the pneumatic cylinder. Find the two push-to-connect elbow fittings. Wrap the threads on the ends of both elbow fittings with thread seal tape. Then install these elbow fittings on the pneumatic cylinder with a 9/16" wrench. Set this aside for now. Installing the anti-rotation bracket. Find the cover panel inside the base of the lathe. Remove the cover panel with a 2.5mm hex wrench. Set aside the 4 screws and discard the cover plate. Install the anti-rotation bracket in place of the panel with the 4 M4 screws you just removed. Remove the 2 screws to remove the draw tube cover plate. Set the plate aside with the screws inside. You can reinstall them after the assembly is complete. Installing the cylinder assembly. Pick up the cylinder with the 2 elbow fittings facing down. Place it over the anti-rotation bracket. Slide the elbow fittings into the notch on the anti-rotation bracket. Rotate the spindle and cylinder mount to thread in all 4 bolts by hand. Then lightly snug down all 4 bolts with a 10mm open end wrench. You'll tighten them down after the alignment. Installing the draw tube. Find the draw tube. One end of the tube has 4 holes, which are used to secure the draw tube to the pneumatic cylinder. The other end is threads for a 5C insert on the inside of the tube. Insert the threaded end of the draw tube through the access hole on the enclosure and into the pneumatic cylinder. Align the screw holes on the draw tube with the screw holes on the knurled knob. Use a 3/16" hex wrench with a ratchet to remove one of the 4 set screws on the pneumatic cylinder. Set aside the set screw. Then rotate the draw tube until one of the holes aligns with the empty set screw on the pneumatic cylinder. Tighten one of the remaining set screws to hold the draw tube in position. Then you can reinstall the set screw. Tighten the remaining set of screws until the draw tube cannot rotate inside the knurled knob. Do not over-tighten these set screws, as excessive force can deform the draw tube, which can lead to spindle runout. Loosen the thumb screw on the pneumatic cylinder assembly. By doing this, it allows the draw tube to rotate separately from the spindle so that you can thread a collet into the draw tube. Install a collet into the spindle and rotate the collet until its groove aligns with the pin inside the spindle. Then put a piece of stock into the collet. And then for the pneumatic cylinder, use the other hand to turn the draw tube handle. Continue to thread the collet on the draw tube until it is fully threaded. Make sure to tighten the thumb screw on the pneumatic cylinder assembly. In order to prevent the draw tube from turning during operation, you must make sure that the thumb screw is engaged in the draw tube. Turn the draw tube handle counterclockwise until the thumb screw clicks into one of the 4 slots on the draw tube. Once you do that, the draw tube is locked into place. Making air connections. Find the 4 air lines provided with this kit. Identify the 2 shortest air lines, which connect the pneumatic cylinder to the solenoid on the anti-rotation bracket. Connect hose 2 to port 2 on the solenoid and the elbow fitting closest to the spindle. Connect the other end of hose 1 to the elbow fitting under the collet closer. Then connect hose 1 to port 4 on the solenoid, and the other end to the elbow fitting furthest from the spindle. Identify hose 4 and connect it between the push-to-connect fitting on the right side of the FRL and port 1 on the solenoid. Identify hose 3 and connect one end to the push-to-connect elbow fitting. Route the loose end of hose 3 through one of the access holes on the outside of the enclosure and connect it to the input port on the FRL. Fill the FRL reservoir with air tool oil. Making electrical connections. From the back of the machine, remove the back panel screws with a number 3 hex wrench and set aside the panel. Route the 2 solenoid wires through the hole in the back of the enclosure and towards the electrical cabinet. It's in the top left corner of the motor compartment of the 8L lathe. Before you can route the wires, you need to remove the wire trough covers as shown. They are hooked into the arms of the troughs. You need to push the arms up to release the covers from the hooks. Then route the orange wire, labeled 410, to the machine control board and connect it to pin 2 on the connector J10 with a small flat blade screwdriver. Route the blue wire, labeled 425, to the power supply and connect it to the V- input with a small flat blade screwdriver. And route the collet closer wires into the trays. Then replace the covers. Reinstall the back panel onto the machine. Aligning the pneumatic cylinder to the spindle. Verify that the bolts securing the cylinder to the pulleys are finger tight, but not completely tight. Then connect the quick connect fitting to the air compressor. You may hear the collet closer close. On the FRL, pull the knob and turn it until the dial reads 20 psi. Put the base of the magnetic dial indicator on the motor. Verify that the magnetic dial indicator touches the aluminum of the pneumatic cylinder furthest away from the spindle. We do not recommend mounting the dial indicator to the base of the sheet metal of the enclosure. The sheet metal can flex, which can impact the results of the alignment. Then manually rotate the spindle clockwise until the needle reaches the highest point of the magnetic dial indicator. Gently tap the mounting flange with a hammer. Continue adjusting until the runout is less than 2/1000ths of an inch. If the reading on the magnetic dial indicator remains the same after you tap the mounting flange with a hammer, slightly loosen the 4 M6 hex screws and repeat the alignment steps. Once the runout is less than 2/1000ths of an inch, press in the spindle lock to secure the flange in place. Then tighten the 4 M6 hex screws with a 10mm wrench. Then manually rotate the spindle to verify that the runout is less than 2/1000ths of an inch. If it's not, repeat these steps. Then you want to power on the machine and the PathPilot controller. Twist out the machine's emergency stop button, then press the reset button. Reference the 8L by pressing the Ref X button, followed by the Ref Z button. Check to the right of the PathPilot logo for the software version number. If it is 2.14.2 and below, then you must update to version 2.14.3 and above. Go to the status page on PathPilot and click on the Update button. If you're connected to the internet, you can click on Check Online. Otherwise, you can install it from a USB drive. Browse to the location of the USB drive. Follow the on-screen instructions to overwrite the previous version. Once you have updated, go to the Settings page, and the Automatic Collet Closer selection button will appear. Select it to make the collet closer features appear. Selection buttons for spindle pulley ratio options will also appear. The collet closer uses a high speed at 3500 RPM, while the chuck uses the low speed at 2500 RPM. Then test the collet closer by pressing the collet clamp button. The collet will clamp and unclamp with each press. The Automatic Collet Closer offers full automation with the inclusion of M codes. Make sure both access doors are closed. Then by typing M10 into the MDI line and pressing enter, the collet will open, while M11 closes the collet. Once you do this, you are done installing the Automatic Collet Closer kit. Thanks for watching.